My monitor is flashing for some reason.
Oh.
Stream died. Sorry. Let me try resetting this real quick.
I'm still working.
Oh, it might be that cable over there. We have a really interesting situation with our internet. We run a cable from our router to my computer in the bedroom, and sometimes when you step on it, it will.
Oh,
It,
that's awesome.
it'll just like reset the internet for some reason. So hopefully it's okay now.
It's running again.
So we're not going to go to the ledge. We're looking for different area. You know what? It's probably not going to be anywhere nearby. We're all right. We'll move on. It's all right. There's a optional quest in here that we can do, but from the looks of it, it's nowhere near here. Unless it's up here. Nope. All right, let's move on.
So one of the weird things about the gem system is that the gems will level up as you use them. They can only be the same level as you, but there are a lot of builds, and this is one of the most confusing things about the build system, or the way people write their builds, is that sometimes people will stop leveling their gems to basically. So as you level up the gems, you have to have more strength and intelligence to use them. But some people seem like they want to keep a gem under leveled purposefully to make it usable with the equipment that they're going for. And I've always found that to be super confusing. Gems are not super hard to find. For the most part, they're vendor available, but it's weird.
Yeah, so the reason why that is because you'll have gear that increases your stats, and if you equip a gem that requires, say, 30 strength, and you're wearing a plus 12 strength amulet or something,
Yeah.
and you take off that amulet, you can no longer use that gem. So
Yeah.
it's sometimes it's worth not leveling up the gem because you're going to screw yourself later.
And that is one of the bigger weird things too about the game. Like sometimes you take off a piece of equipment, and a gem in a whole different place just becomes unusable. Are you sure we're not supposed to go to the ledge?
Yeah, let's go to the ledge. Forget
I also have
this map is screwed up.
all right. I also have a quest to go back to the town, but let's find the waypoint real quick.
Yeah, usually we don't. I don't go back to the town unless my inventory gets kind of full.
Oh man,
You don't have to go back immediately unless you need your gem reward. Oh yeah, my latency suddenly spiked. Am I downloading something? What's going on?
I don't know. I'm not uploading anything, that's for sure. But I know yesterday they said they were having some really significant server problems. So
Oh man.
it might.
As soon as I enter this area,
it might be on their end.
I have no idea. I don't know. It's not super bad yet, but my attacks are coming out slightly behind.
Like I said, most of the games now will be, client side movement, client side everything else. But this is one of those games where if your lag is bad, everything will just kind of feel really slow. I'm gonna head back to Lionidos to watch real quick and turn in my skill. If you are, some people are saying in chat that they are not seeing the thing. Let me just go ahead and
Chat.
Come back from
refresh streams real quick.
I don't have any better way of putting it. Keep your eyes sharp.
Who am I talking to here? Huh. Give me 1 second real quick. I need to update the stream.
Alright, we'll wait around.
Yeah, sorry.
Oh, here we go. Summon Holy Relic, that's what I need.
Huh. 2 seconds, real quick. Flash Flood 29 wants to know, are there classes to stay away from? Oh, actually, that's still not working. I'm not sure what's going on here.
Are there classes to stay away from?
Well, they can't hear us right now because the stream thing is not working. Apparently, it kind of, whatever happened, it cut out and is now going back to the archive.
Oh, geez.
But, oh, maybe it just... Here we go.
Oh, God.
All right, let me kill the stream real quick and try to...
Try again.
Yeah, try again. Sorry, give me 1 second here.
I pull the ripcord.
Pull the ripcord?
Yeah.
What? How do you mean?
Just reset the chat.
Yeah, I'm just gonna kill the whole thing and try to restart it. Sorry, give me 2 seconds to try to figure this out. Well,
Anything?
the problem is that it's not. I'm trying to refresh the streams. Oh, that's super weird. I can't even kill chat.
Yeah, it's interesting. The YouTube is still going.
It is. So we have a back end that would let me kill the chat entirely, or I can refresh a streams with like a new URL. But right now, I can't even bring the chat down. Like I can't even turn it off to bring it back up, which is bad because I also can't like refresh the stream. So that's weird. I mean, I can't.
Yeah.
Yeah. This
There's
is
no,
like.
there's no two buts about it. You just can't do it.
No, this is super super weird. I think it's a issue with. It looks like there's some kind of issue with our. Double check real quick. Huh.
That's a headache.
Yeah, it really is. All right, I guess all I can really do is tell people to go to the other URL, but I cannot actually embed it in the chat because yes, you might have to chat here and watch the YouTube direct. If you're hopefully some people are hearing me. Let me give it one more try, I guess.
Yeah, fresh install of Windows 10. That'll do it. Let's do that real quick.
Yeah, just reformat the hard drive.
Yeah.
No, this is definitely an issue with the website or the Giant Bomb website. This is not something I've never even seen this happen before. Like I can't even kill the chat entirely. So something might be like the site might have gone into like a read-only mode, and I'm not really sure why that would be happening, but
awesome.
That's really weird. Okay. Give me 2 more seconds to try to figure this out. And if I can't, we'll keep playing for a little bit more, but people have to go to the YouTube chat. I might turn on YouTube chat on my channel. Weird. This is super, super weird. I've never ever actually seen anything like this happen before, so I apologize. All right, give me a minute for a bio break. I'm going to use the restroom real quick. I'll come right back, and we will keep playing for a little bit more. Hopefully, maybe get through Act 1, and I apologize for people having to work this around, but I'll be right back in 2 minutes. You can keep on talking if you want to.
Sure. I can hang around.
All right, I'll be back in 2 seconds. Like I said, keep asking questions in giantpalm.com/chat.
Yes.
Yeah, no, I try embedding this Twitch stream and then embed the new YouTube again. I've tried a lot of different things on the CMS that I would have thought would fix this, but unfortunately not. I'm going to be right back, get another beer, use the restroom, and we will keep playing.
Man, that sounds nice. All right. Well, I have the chat popped out over here. If anyone wants to ask any quick questions, I could perhaps field some of those. I mentioned somebody mentioning that, asking about classes. CSS Switchfoot over here is asking what exactly do the classes mean. The classes essentially mean that you start at a specific point in the tree, right? So Gero is just mentioning that right now. It's not necessarily indicative of what skills you're going to use or how good the character is. Really, it's just where you start. So that means you can get to specific points in the tree more quickly than other classes within X amount of levels. Um, and that, each character, each section of the tree has your strength, your dex, your intelligence. So each class will kind of generally be in those areas. Um, so, for example, Templar starts on the strength, in the middle between strength and intelligence. He's sort of a caster, but he can also be built towards a melee fighter as well. Uh, so, and right, and yeah, Enemy Mouse says it's the character model. Obviously, that's really doesn't necessarily matter too much when you have all your gear on. It's all pretty similar, and the voice lines are different too. If you wanted to look at that, and on top of that, each class can ascend to very specific subclasses, I guess you could call it. So that is unique to each class, where Templar can become a Guardian, and the Guardian has different abilities. I wish I could show you all what I mean by that, but the ascendancy stuff is cool because it allows you to I can't figure out the word, but it allows you to dig deeper into a specific style of play. So if you're playing as a Guardian as opposed to a champion, when you ascend, it's a different. It gives you a little more specialized. I think that's the word. CSS Switchfoot says specialized.
Honestly, that was one of the more complicated things that I had to figure out, especially when reading build guides. They will sometimes mention the ascendancy class instead of the base class. So I was reading guides where I didn't even know which character to pick at the start. And I get it. I've written game guides before. You kind of have to assume that there's
a base level of knowledge.
A base level of knowledge, but the base level of knowledge for people who have been playing this game for 5 years is pretty high. And
it's insane.
I do not think this game is very friendly to brand new people. There is somebody on the forums who made a kind of starting guide, like if you want to hop in, here's what you got to do, and that's really cool. But yeah,
that guide could probably be updated.
Hopefully this stream will be useful to some people in that sense. Let me go ahead and try this one more time to make this stream work, and if it doesn't, we will just go ahead and get going.
CSS Switchfoot asks, what level do you make those ascendancy choices? It's around 25 to 30. Oh, and the only way you can do it is by completing objectives in maps called the Trials of Ascendancy, which are in specific maps, and they are missable if you don't look for them. You have to do them to then gain access to the Trials of Ascendancy, and once you complete the Trial of Ascendancy, you can then pick your Ascendancy class. And then you do the trial 3 more times, I think, or 2 more times, maybe 3 more times, at different level caps. So like at first it's level 30 something. The next time you can do it is probably around 60 or so. The next time would be probably 80-ish.
Is there
each time obviously would be more difficult.
Is there a level cap?
A level cap? I'm not sure. I've never gotten farther. The farthest I got was 87, and that was last league, and that's the farthest I've ever gotten. So, honestly, not sure. Most guides I see, chart their build up to like 97 or so.
Shoot.
I can't imagine it's like Black Desert Online or something where it's just like there's no cap, you just keep going. But it's insane at a certain point, so there's a soft cap, really.
Well, some games have, like Dark Souls, everybody will kind of get to the same, especially if you're doing PvP, there's kind of an accepted level range, but I've never done PvP in this game. I know there is an option to do it, but...
Now that you've drained
yeah, I've never touched it.
Frostbomb, Summon Holy Relic. I haven't seen this before.
Holy Relic is good, yeah.
There are so many gems in this game. It's pretty amazing. Finally get my first totem. It's not the one I want, but I will go ahead and use it anyways. Ancestral Protector, I kind of dig. So what are we doing now? Where are we going?
We're going back to Prisoner's Gate. Or we're going to
The ledge?
Yeah, we'll go back to the ledge. Yeah, the ledge.
Okay.
And then we'll just move forward. I think it's this way. It might not be this way. But there's Syndicate dudes up here. Oh yeah, holy rod. Yeah.
But yeah, there's just so much nuance to the game that is very difficult to follow unless you really know what you're doing. Like, one of the things about our totem is that the recommended gem to put in... Oh, I forgot to solve shit. The recommended gem to use with it is something called... Oh, I forget what it is, but it's Control Destruction. And it basically increases the damage of the skill that it's linked to, but it has the critical chance is negative 100%. Man, I'm getting laggy. The critical chance goes down by 100%, and for me it was really weird because the build guides were still getting the skills that increase crit chance, and I didn't really understand until I had to look up the explanation. Negative 100% crit chance does not mean you can't crit, it just means you have a big debuff to it, so that you can make up for that by getting more crit stuff in the skill tree. And these kind of weird nuanced stuff is very... what's the word for it? Like, assumed knowledge.
Obtuse.
There's a word for it that I'm trying to think of, and I'm totally blanking on it. You really just kind of have to play and read a lot about the weird nuances of all the skills that you have to figure out how they work together. And some build guides are better than others in that kind of sense. Some of them are kind of... But then a lot of them just kind of have... Here's the gems you want, here's the items you need, and it doesn't... Not to belabor or beat a dead horse, but it's... Getting into the game for the first time is pretty tough.
I would recommend finding a guide that not only is detailed enough and tells you where to go and what to do, but also details how to get there and where to... Like, a lot of guides will just be like, here's what the tree will look like at level 97. I'm like, well, it's not useful to me because I don't know where to make the choices, right?
Yeah, so that's one of the big
good
things
ones,
too. For our totem, you really have to go for this skill. I forget where it is on the skill tree, but you really want to get there quick. If you don't, you're going to be pretty weak. So there's a skill in the tree that basically gives you the ability to do two... Ooh, magma orb. Ability to do two totems at the same time. And up until then, you can only do one. And it's really critical to get there as soon as you can, but some build trees will kind of don't really make that clear, so it's a weird thing. CSS Switchfoot says, are there any encounters that would require certain skills, or is it all just about DPS? There are definitely bosses that require you to survive, have a certain amount of, like, you'd probably be able to speak to it better, but there are definitely, like, kind of DPS race bosses, I know, but there are also bosses that, if you're a glass cannon, it will be very difficult.
There's nothing that will ask you to cast a certain spell or do anything specific. It's mostly just, hey, here's a really difficult boss that deals a lot of fire damage, and if you're not keeping an eye on your resistances, it will be a really difficult time or impossible, depending. And that's one of the main things in this game is focusing your elemental resistances, so that way when you get to those certain areas, you won't just get nuked by one spell.
And there are also, a lot of bosses require, single target damage. Pretty much every class or build in the game can do. Stop the character. Oh, another one. pretty much every build can do a lot of AoE damage or run through low mobs without too much problems, but some of them have a lot of problems with bosses because...
Oh, this one's mine.
Was that yours?
Yeah, that was mine. I started the instance, so...
Hey, no worries. I'm not even looking at loot. I probably should.
Even our children are not spared.
Are you using a loot filter, Rory?
I am. I mean, I set up... I don't think I know we talked about it on the Discord a little bit, so I probably should.
Our king.
It's really helpful. Like I never, I have it set to only show me the loot that might be useful to me, or you know that kind of thing. Oh god, it's a lot of damage.
Sorry, I'm looking at my build real quick, trying to figure out where I am going here. Like I said, this is really a game where you kind of are. It's a huge benefit to have a second monitor to kind of go flip over to see the... Oh man.
God. Sam Unwise got disconnected or left?
Thank
Yep,
you for
got
freeing
disconnected.
This is it's been a rough launch day.
Yeah.
The servers took a long time to come up, and there was a huge queue. I had like a 3,000 person queue yesterday to even get in before the servers got up. So, all right, where are we going? Lower prison?
Yeah, keep going. Keep moving.
Okay.
They added this little button to party members, that little blue button.
Mm-hmm.
That wasn't there before, but it's really nice because before you would have to go back to town, find out where your friend was, and teleport to them using a waypoint. But now you can just hit that button.
I'm gonna hit Lion Eyes real quick. I gotta sell some stuff.
All right, I guess I'll come too. I usually don't like going back a lot.
Oh. I don't really pick up a huge amount of stuff, to be honest with you, but early on in the game, it really does kind of help to have, especially like, portal scrolls and ID scrolls and stuff like that. So,
yeah.
What do I have here? I'm still using Smite. I really don't have any spells yet, so I'm gonna go and get the added lightning damage support. I should. I don't have any spells to cast.
Goodbye.
Somebody has been adding some uniques into the guild stash, which is nice. And
yeah, there's some in there. I dropped a couple in as well.
You played yesterday a bunch?
Not a whole bunch, but I got some uniques. I think I got a couple drops, and then earlier I got 2 of the same drop for some reason. That was interesting.
Oh, well, let me sell some crap real quick and get going.
Hello.
Hello. Pardon me.
The one thing that's really weird if you're playing with somebody that has a ton of experience, it's kind of very easy to get lost. Especially when they're moving so quickly and they have muscle memory down pat.
Is it choice that carries you?
They know exactly what to do and where to go, where not to go. And then you're just like, well, I don't know what's going on. I don't know why.
Honestly, that was my big problem with Warframe too. Like in Warframe, if you try to do a grouped mission, there are people with like, they will just blaze through as soon as they move. They will just go through the entire level, leave you behind, and I've had problems with that too. The last time I played Path of Exile on stream, I think it was somebody just joined at like max level and just blazed through the entire act, and I was basically not really doing much of anything at all.
Yep.
So we're going back to the prison?
Oh yeah. We're just gonna keep moving forward.
Well, now something is going on with the stream. Let me see if I can refresh streams again.
Think you might have got it.
I have no idea.
Great.
Nope, doesn't look like it works.
Do. Maybe I should have picked a non-Templar.
I was dying for a bit of
Are you a Templar too?
Yeah, I'm also a Templar. Templar is good because you get the Guardian, and it's good for dominating blow. And, Herald of Purity. I think I get Herald of Purity pretty soon. And Herald of Purity is nice because it's more
Where's the
minions.
life giver? You fight well in a cage.
Ooh,
Let's
yeah,
see
get
how
that
you live in one.
veiled item.
Which one was it?
I think maybe Sam and Wise picked it up. Not sure. But have you seen the veiled items for the new league?
No.
So they added items that can drop from these encounters called veiled items that have something a modifier on them that isn't available until you go to town and unveil it, and you get a choice of 3.
You have to talk to
modifiers, right?
June, right?
Yeah.
Jun?
Yeah, and then the more times you unveil the same type of mod on different equipment, you level it up and it becomes better over time. And that's kind of rad. And there's no cost to unveiling it.
There's a lot of significant changes. Like they got rid of most of the masters, I know. It feels like the hideouts have changed a huge amount too. Like they're across all characters now, as far as I know.
Yeah.
It really does feel like I mean, they changed the game pretty significantly with every big patch, but it feels like this one is really.
There was a ton of quality of life improvements, especially with crafting, where crafting was this kind of arcane grinding mess where you would have to level up the masters to get access to recipes and stuff. But now it's kind of based along the challenges that the masters give you, and then finding recipes in the world and stuff. It's very good. Got this unique.
Oh, is your unique back there? Sorry.
Yeah, he did. You do.
Well, thank you for joining me. I think we'll get through Act 1 and probably call it a day. I have no idea what's going on with the website, but I should probably start trying to reach out to people. If the site's in read-only mode, that is something I should probably point out to someone.
Yeah, do you have can you contact any of your tech about it?
Yeah, we have Slack and everything like that. I will
Yeah.
have to. I don't need to like file a ticket, but I'm not super concerned about, leaving chat open or anything like that. But
Yeah.
definitely. Oh, jeez.
a new challenger. They're not your face.
Yeah, sometimes. So in the in that Syndicate ladder that you've been seeing, you can, similar to the way that Nemesis systems works, you can move around the dudes, the immortals.
Yeah.
And if you move them all together on the same investigation, like if you send them all in fortification, the next time you see a fortification encounter, they'll all be there and you have to fight them all.
That seems like it'd be pretty tough.
It can be. It certainly can be. So see how there's two here?
Yeah.
Okay, so
And these are
these are
yours,
mine,
yeah.
so I'm gonna execute one of them. That'll raise his rank, so the next time we see him he'll be a little more difficult.
Huh.
And the other guy I'm gonna
I wonder how
interrogate,
much
so in
more
3
of an
turns,
animal you will be when
over
we're
those 3
through.
turns he'll generate investigation points to further the investigation. So once you fill one of those bars in the investigation, you can then go raid one of their bases, depending on whichever one it was, and that'll give you all kinds of loot and stuff. And that'll, once you raid, it'll also give you information on the leader of the syndicate, and then that's like a final encounter sort of thing.
Huh. So I'm trying to figure out some spell links. I don't think it's working. I'm just gonna stick with Smite, I think, for now.
Yeah, Smite is a good carryover until you get your Arc Totem set up.
Where'd I put it though?
That's all I'm doing right now.
Oh, wait. Where is Smite? Sorry, I'm a little behind. Again, the gem system is really one of the things that is very kind of... If the first time you play it, everybody kind of understands gems from Diablo and World of Warcraft, but it's... Ah, crap. I gotta fix something real quick. I don't know where I put my Smite.
Fisk Zero is asking about the scale of Path of Exile as compared to something like Diablo 1 or Torchlight, mentioning that they were very focused experiences.
It's a weird... There's a story to it. It's not really something that is... I mean, you have to fight piety, but honestly, the way I play the game, I don't really... It's kind of just you run around and kill people, and
Yeah, so there is a story, and it reaches a point of conclusion, sort of. But the real... Like, it is sort of a grind at the end. It's not... There isn't really any other reason than just to play it, I feel. But that endgame content is fun and rewarding. But yeah, once you hit that endgame, it is just kind of just play it and level up. So it is kind of big in that scope way, and it's not really condensed as is like Diablo 1 or Torchlight.
It's really fun. I mean, it's definitely a loot kind of
Your
skill.
answer's
Oh,
here,
here's
heretic.
piety.
In Rayclast, but I don't think you'll like it very much.
Ugh.
The numbers go up, yes.
Yeah.
They do go up.
There
Still
are
the
a character
barbarians
sheet where you can look up your DPS and everything like that.
Lana is
It's
dead. His legion slaughtered
Yes.
along with every
Getting your
eternal
DPS
man,
up. I
woman,
almost
child,
never look at the
blind
DPS,
as
but
watching
sometimes
foot
it
of
helps
axe.
if I'm like, well, I feel like I'm not doing enough
Should the enemy
damage.
rise, we shall retreat through Prison's Gate, raising my barricade behind us.
Doop doop.
Yet
Fight
our
this boss.
salvation is at hand.
And then I think once we kill this boss,
Foul
you'll get
times
access to your
demand
arc.
heroic deeds.
sweet.
I think.
That's what I
Through
want.
Pretty
my
sure.
arts, our Lord Brutus will arise anew to defend us. May the dry sands quench their thirst with Karui blood when our mighty warden delivers his judgment upon them.
We're already fighting him.
Oh, sorry. I had to allocate a skill real quick. Shit. Jeez. Ow.
I think I'll get Herald of Purity after this too. I'm not sure. Oh yeah. Ah. Some of this guy's hits can be pretty devastating if you're not paying attention. There we go.
Rest now,
All
tormented soul.
Anything I hear that I might want? I might want that. Let's go.
One more skill point for me.
One-headed maze.
Some of the spells in this game are just not really fun. Like, I try to go from, smite to some of the spell, because the other complicated thing about this game is that you can only use certain skills with certain
Yes.
weapons. So if you have smite, that's like a mace or sword only. If you want to cast a spell, you usually have to have a wand in your hand. So you're kind of
Right. So smite is limited to swords, axes, maces, staves, or unarmed, and it's only effective on, or it can only be used with melee attacks.
let's see here now.
It's confusing sometimes because sometimes it'll say, "Hey, it's a melee spell item," but if you try to put an attack support gem on it, it's not going to be effective because it's not a
Yeah, that's
The warden's free of his own prison.
attack. There's a difference between attack and spell. It's interesting.
leap slam, rallying cry, flame dash.
Leap slam. You want leap slam?
What's that?
You want leap slam?
Do I?
Leap slam lets you take shortcuts
Okay. Well,
because you can jump over ledges that you would normally have to walk
Farewell.
around.
it's like a teleport for a sorcerer in Diablo 2.
Sure. Yeah. Oh yeah, I got it. Tarkley. Yeah, leap slam. Oh yeah, definitely getting leaps. And if you put faster attacks, if you put the faster attack support gem on leap slam, you can have some fun. Let's see here. All right. If you check with Nessa, she might have.
I didn't see it.
What little help I
Nothing?
can offer is yours.
Okay,
am...
might be later.
Yeah, it might be later. It's fine. It's not super big of a deal. I should definitely start thinking about getting into spells, but for the most part, Smite still seems to be doing...
Oh god.
What the hell is that?
Sorry.
No worries.
That was my ringtone.
Alright, how far are we from the end of Act 1? I think we only have like a couple more...
This is like the last area, I believe.
Oh, sweet. Alright, yeah, we'll probably... Let me get back in the chat real quick. But yeah, I have no idea what's going on with the...
it's unfortunate.
Yeah, it's really bizarre. I have not tried this on console yet. I'm really curious about how that works, but... Alright, well... Again, one of the things to remember about this game is that as you play, you get more links on items. Like, the first couple acts, you're really going to have a hard time finding even, like, 3 links between stuff. But as you go, you get much more options in terms of how to link stuff together. And learning all that system is pretty tough. But what was I saying here? I don't see it now, but there's... If you have a support, if you mouse over a support gem in the vendor thing, it'll actually tell you, it has a little window showing what it'll actually affect, what it can affect if you use it, which is really, really handy because...
Super handy. Didn't used to be that way. It used to be, I don't know, just read it. But now it's like, no, here's what if you have this equipped, it'll tell you whether or not it will work with it, which is so nice.
I should definitely get some kind of spell here. Lightning tendrils. How about that? But man, some of these early level spells are just really lame, really tough to even do anything with. They definitely have so many more gems when you get to like level 30 and 40 that are just so much more powerful.
Like some of the later like level 30 plus gems that you unlock are pretty radical.
Yeah.
Like they added some new mechanics called brands. Have you seen these?
No, I haven't.
I haven't seen much of them, but they seem pretty cool. It's kind of like spreading elemental damages and ailments, and proccing the brands on them and stuff.
All right, Prisoner's Gate.
Yes, we're gonna follow this road, trigger the thing, and then move on. I saw mention of the console versions of this game. There is an Xbox One version, correct?
Yeah, I believe it hit PS4 and Xbox One.
It is. So they originally announced a PS4 release for December. Unfortunately, they put out a press release recently that they had to push it to spring.
Really? For the Xbox One?
No, for PlayStation. It's out on Xbox. I don't know if they have Betrayal yet. But the PlayStation 4 version got pushed to spring due to certification issues.
Huh. No, I know the Betrayal is like a few days behind on Xbox One.
Can we talk about the abundance of goatmen in ARPGs?
Yeah, it's crazy. I know Diablo 2 had a huge amount of goatmen in it. Satyrs, I guess is what they're kind of technically called. But yes, goatmen.
Yeah, lots of goatmen.
I'm trying to think if there are any in WoW. I'm not sure there are.
There must be, right?
Ungulate.
Oh.
You okay?
Yeah, I just took some damage there.
That's so hard. Dropped a bunch of shit though.
Okay. So check this out. So like stuff like this, these ledges, you can leap slam up and down them.
Huh. That is nice.
Really nice.
I know it.
Very nice. Yeah. So stuff like that and lightning warp, or there's some other ones that you can get. Very useful, especially there's a map called Riverways later on that have broken bridges that you normally have to walk forever around, but you could just leap slam or whatever across them.
What is leveling it up to? Do you get more distance?
More damage and stuff like that. I really don't level it up too much.
Dang.
I'll usually just put faster attacks on it and just have it to run around with. Just for that option of like, hey, I need to get up and down this ledge real quick. Boop, and I'll just do it. So much faster to engage a group of mobs that way than to have to walk around or sit on the top of a ledge or whatever. So Syndicate up down here.
I'm coming.
Yeah, leap slam.
That is handy.
Super nice. I believe these are yours.
I choose an honorable death.
Or choose. It's really tough to click the button for some of these guys.
Okay, check the other guys. See what there's another one. Yeah.
I had a job to do.
If you can
here,
execute them,
and
I almost always
treasures are
execute if
not
I can.
given
Really?
for failure.
Yeah,
They are
because it
given
raises their
for
rank.
Victory.
And the higher rank they are, the more rewards you get
Not
for
as dumb
when
as
you.
you
Ooh,
seem,
look at that!
Blade.
Yeah.
Got some good, some decent currencies there. All right, let's go.
Okay.
Doop, doop.
Do all players see the same loot on the ground?
Yes.
Question from chat.
And if-
Really? So it's like Diablo
Yes.
2, like the first person who gets it gets it?
No, that's depending on what your loot allocation is set in your settings. So we
Huh.
have it set to permanent allocation, which means that if it drops for you and it's decided for
Oh,
you,
shit.
it shows up as grayed out for the other players.
Okay, good.
But if you want to take that item and give it to someone else, you can pick it up and drop it, and it's theirs. It's free for anyone to pick up.
So this is a corrupted zone. This is from a couple patches ago, right? Like they added these weird corrupted. Every mob is a little harder, but there are better rewards. This is the Vol thing, right? Like you get
Yes,
Vol
this
items.
is a Vol side area. On the top right of the screen, you can see the blue text that says what the area modifiers are.
Oh, right.
Yeah, right, so the unique boss deals 15% increased damage, they have increased attack speed, that kind of thing. Once you kill them, you interact with the Vol Vessel, and you can get a Vol Gem for it, which can be useful for your build. Usually it's not, but they're nice to have.
It all seemed really complicated when I was trying to figure it out. First
So
time.
Vol Gems are cool because they don't cost mana.
Uh-huh.
You basically charge them by killing stuff. So say for example Cyclone. Cyclone is like a spin ability for like a melee fighter.
I did a Marauder Cyclone build that was really fun.
Yes, Cyclone is very fun. The Vol Cyclone, so Cyclone typically is you hit the button and you move a certain distance and spin. The Vol Cyclone, you hit it and you stand in the same spot and everything sucks in towards you. And it doesn't cost mana, but it takes like maybe 30 kills or 40 kills, I forget what it is. And it charges. So let's see what we get from the Vol Vessel. Do-do-do-do. Vol Detonate Dead and Vol Ground Slam, Vol Blight. Alright, so let's see. Here's Vol Blight. I don't think it's useful for us really, but Sam and Weiser might be able to use Vol Blight. Yeah. Let's get out of here. Some of the later builds, just having a Vol Gem with you is just nice because it doesn't cost mana. Just you charge it, you hit it, and you move on.
Nice.
Pretty good.
Where is my build over here? Boop boop schmoobity boop.
Okay.
Alright, I'm following you.
Nope, there's nothing. God. Sometimes these maps are really annoying.
It's the old standard Diablo 2 thing where you can
Yeah.
cover the entire thing and it'll be the very last place you look before
Yeah,
you get to
exactly.
the... I honestly, when I was playing Diablo 2, I mostly soloed. I used map hack. I could have gotten banned, but it was not like a competitive thing. I mostly played solo, but getting to like the Mephisto runs, just getting through those areas, it was so handy. I'm not sure what the hacking scene is for Path of Exile. I'm sure there's probably a fair amount of it, but I haven't had that much of a problem though with this game in terms of finding exits. It's for the most part that you can see it on the mini map pretty far away. So
this is a mortuary for lost children.
Yeah, and especially if you're playing with the overlay, it really helps. So you see this strongbox? So if you have, see how it's like gray. Not only that, but you can make it. You know how you have like alchemy orbs and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
You can make it a rare box if you have the item for it.
Huh.
I don't right now, but if you have like a alteration orb or something like that, you can definitely change it.
I don't think I do.
Oh yeah, no, that's not alteration. It's the other one. Never mind. We could just open it though.
Sure, so.
I like to take a chance orbs of chance, and hit a gray item with that, like a gray chest, because that has a chance of making it a unique chest. Which is wild, because unique chests are crazy, and they can give you really good stuff.
CSS Switchfoot says, can you solo this game, or is the farming in-game content more tuned towards party play? I pretty much only play this game solo. Might be the first time I've actually played co-op.
I wouldn't say there's anything that's tuned to the party. It's all sort of just scaled appropriately, I feel. Like, I've only ever played solo, yeah.
It's really fun. I mean, that's not to be a knock on it. Like, I really do enjoy kind of just running around and having a half-hour session here and there. Like I said, I haven't played as much as some people have. I've already seen people with like 3,000 hours of play. This game's been out for 5 years. They deserve a huge amount of credit for, I mean, obviously they're going to support it. What I hear about this game is that it's very, very profitable for grinding your games. Even though and like I said, the free-to-play, pretty much all of the options for spending money are really reasonable. It's mostly cosmetic stuff. The stashes are really handy to have. But apart from that, I don't even think there's like XP boosters or anything like that.
No.
I could be wrong, but
no, there's none. What you pay for is cosmetics, and then you pay for stash tabs,
which are useful and
very useful.
I will probably do that at some point.
I have quite a few. Yes, they're very useful.
The Syndicate
is yours.
built. I won't tell you a single word.
Okay, right now we're looking for a cave. There's a ship graveyard cave.
Where is my greater life flask? That's what I want.
Usually on the left side of the map, but then again, Fairgraves is over there. So this is my my muscle memory speaking here. Oh, here we go. This might be it. Nope, this isn't it. Now I know where that is, though.
Fairgraves is a really interesting kind of side quest. Like inevitable betrayal. Obviously, I saw it coming a mile away, but it was still kind of fun.
What's your favorite named enemy like generator?
How do
you know what I mean? Like, you know how like in Torchlight or Diablo, the uniques or something will have like random name generators. Mm-hmm. It'll be like Moonkicker the Great or whatever.
Uh-huh.
Do you have any of those that you just kind of like? Oh yeah, that's awesome.
In games, man, I don't know. It's I think Diablo does it really well. Like they always had, Demon Killer. I'm trying to think. There's one that I really did like a bunch because obviously you need to have a huge kind of library of options. I'm trying to think of something. I thought I played something not too long ago that had a really good kind of option for crazy shit like that, but it's slipping my mind at the moment.
Mhm. This game likes to throw in a lot of crazy names. All right, so over to the right here is where we want to go.
I am following you. I went the wrong way.
Like we fought a guy called Fathom Slip. Fisk Zero says Heat Signature had a good name generator.
I tried really hard to get into Heat Signature. I heard they made it a lot more difficult after it came out. That's the like space game where you're trying to.
Yeah.
You kind of.
I didn't play it. It seemed interesting for sure.
I don't know how random they were, but the Shadow of War, Shadow of Mordor games had pretty good names for the Nemesis people.
Right. Yeah.
I think a lot of those are probably pre-made. They just had a lot of pre-made ones.
There was a lot. Yeah. Switch CSS Switchfoot asks, "What's the loot like? Are you trying to complete sets or collect uniques, rare RNG items?" There aren't really any sets. Sometimes, if you're looking to do a certain build, that will ask for certain uniques, but it isn't necessary unless the build is focused around it. Like, there's a specific item for ranger builds people want called the Quill Rain that increases your attack speed by 100% or something crazy. So sometimes those are worth getting. But I honestly feel the unique situation is much better here than the legendary situation, like a Diablo 3.
Yeah. They buffed
your
the
build
legendary
was
stuff
based
quite a
on
bit.
legendaries. Yeah.
But there are definitely a lot of the build guides will say like this build is expensive, this build is not expensive.
Right.
The one I'm doing now is supposedly pretty easy to do without a lot of good loot, but there is an item called Soul Mantle, which will allow you to do more totems than you could otherwise. Which you don't have it, it's not the end of the world, but there definitely are uniques that are kind of critical to certain builds. So
yeah.
Gotta find
Usually the uniques are more of a recommended. Like, hey, it's nice to have this.
Yeah.
And you'll definitely burn through stuff more quickly or have more fun with it, but it's not necessary.
Honestly, I've barely looked at any items so far in this whole act.
That's all right.
The weak deserve death.
It is the beginning of the game. You don't really need to have too much unique stuff, but I find that when you hit a new act, usually you start getting a lot better gear and a lot better links too. So,
are there adorable pets? I have a pet. All the pets are cosmetic items that you pay for.
Yeah.
Or get from like challenges. Sometimes there are league challenges, and you can get pets from. I have a pet right now that's like hands coming out of the ground that follow me. Pretty cool. I would say that is adorable. Yes. Damn.
Man. Yeah. What's up with this map?
Split up and search for clues.
I see a exclamation point. I see a door too.
Here we
Oh
go.
shit! I'm gonna die probably.
Nah, you're right. Strangle charm. Oh, look, a rogue exile. Kill the rogue exile.
Oh, they running away?
Nah, he's right there. Oh,
Man, that's a lot of shit.
loot. All right. Talk to the slave girl. Get the all flame. Make sure to pick up that all flame. We're gonna need that. Boop.
Okay.
One of the common techniques in this game is when you complete an area, you portal out, head back to town, and then hit the waypoint that's closer to your objective.
I get lazy sometimes, and I actually will, if I have to go back to town, sometimes just exit out the game entirely and
Yep, that's
log
an
back in.
extremely common technique.
Yeah.
That's something that a lot of speedrunners will do. Very common. I was gonna do it when the league started, but there were some queues, so I was like, I don't want to lose my spot.
Yeah, that queue yesterday was like 3,000 people. It was crazy.
Yeah, it was rough. They didn't expect all the heat they got, I guess. All right, my inventory was full, so I just had to clear. Alright, so we can go back to the ship graveyard and talk to Fairgraves now that we have the All Flame.
Okay.
You remember where he was, right? He was down... Yeah, there he is.
He is on the right side.
Oh, okay. Which Unwiser made a portal? Let's see if I can't... Oh, hold on.
Oh, shit. I didn't see the portal, sorry.
That's alright. I'm gonna head back to town and hit his portal.
Alright, let's see.
Aha!
Oh man, my back cracked. Where's the portal here?
It's the blue one, the,
Cool.
There you go.
Frankly, I would have been surprised. Temptation may turn even the noblest of men.
The inevitable betrayal.
Take heed.
Ghosts are never a good thing.
That's just a life lesson.
Okay. Merville's Caverns, right?
Yes, it's gonna be down here, bottom right of the map. Or bottom, I guess maybe bottom left. Choop, choop, choop.
I'm really curious about the, so the last character I got really high was the Marauder Cyclone build. It's really, really fun, but I'm not really sure how it's changed, because I haven't played in a couple patches probably, so.
Yeah.
A lot of these builds do kind of fade in and out as you know, power balances change and skills and everything like that. So it's, and again, if you're not familiar with the game, ladder is basically the new ladder. You don't have any items from outside the ladder. You kind of go for 3 months or so. Most people start new characters. Your old characters are still available to you, but for the most part,
they'll go to a standard league, which is just kind of the in betweens, really.
Stick together.
what's up?
A freaking ranger. Alright, one of them's down.
And
Go on then, coward. Run away.
Oh, he ran off. He got away.
ah,
But there's one of them is down over here.
Riker.
The more
Kill him.
tightly fit the
I
cards, the
have
more
interrogate and
efficient
bargain.
The machine.
Oh,
Choose
well,
the
I guess
right
well, what's the
cards,
bargain?
And the machine may work in your
Move to
favor.
transportation.
Choose the
Riker
wrong
and
ones
Kamaria
and-
become trusted.
Well, just
That's usually worth it.
Yeah, I'll do that.
So if the syndicate members become trusted with one another, that leaves them open to betraying. So if they are
Somehow,
together in the
trusting
same
this
like
Riker
say if they're
Maloney feels
in
like a
fortification
mistake.
together and they're
But I
trusted,
see no better
if you
option
kill them
right
both, one of them might have the option to betray the other, which gives you more rewards, but then makes them their relationship becomes worse.
This seems really complicated, and I will
It
dig
is-
dig
yes.
into it more as when I have more time.
It all seems very, very cool to manipulate and stuff.
Honestly, the Nemesis system, when the Shadow of War did it, it seemed really cool. Shadow of Mordor did it really well. Shadow of War, it was really complicated.
Yeah.
But Odyssey, Assassin's Creed Odyssey has a pretty interesting twist
I
on
didn't
it,
play it.
where it's I like that game quite a bit. Are we going to Cavern of Anger?
Yeah, we're gonna keep moving forward. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm excited to continue down the Syndicate stuff.
It definitely seems like something I need to read a wiki on or something like that before I figure out what I'm doing. But then that's this whole game in a nutshell. We should just read more about everything that I do. What I do kind of like about it is it's, you know, it has its ups and downs. Like, it is easy to make a bad character that you don't know is bad until level 30 or 40, but for the most part, you just kind of have to accept the fact that you're not going to get it all right off the bat.
Yeah.
Even for me, like, I played, like I said, 50, 60 hours of this game. Still learning a bunch. Still trying my best to get all the nuances. It's an advanced game. But the fact that it's free and you really don't have to pay anything for the...
Absolutely.
All you're spending is time, and it's a significant kind of time sink if you don't really know what you're doing. I always just recommend doing a build guide, finding something that sounds fun, and going for that.
Yeah, build guides I feel like are necessary. I mean, I've put 350-ish hours into this game, and I still don't feel comfortable winging it on the tree.
Oh no, like I said, you always have to have a second monitor out there with your... Man, this is a big-ass fortress.
Alright, so this fortress is a little more difficult because we have multiple Syndicate members on it.
Multiple healing totems.
Yeah, and I'm not doing a ton of damage at all. Oh, but it's all right. We should be able to handle it. Just watch out for those ballistas. So some of the options when you interrogate or bargain will be move X Syndicate member to a different place.
Huh.
The reason you would do that is if you stack up like 4 or 5 Syndicate members on the one thing, the next time you encounter that, there will be, if not all of them, most of them will be there. So it'll be a little more difficult, but you'll get more drops from it.
You know, honestly, I haven't seen any of the mining stuff in the delves. Is that still in the game, or did they...
It is, yeah. So that's going to come up later as daily missions. I don't know when they... Oh, this is mine. Ooh, drop a unique item, please. Alright.
What did you get?
Yeah. It's, hey, let me identify it and drop it for you. Craghead.
I don't need an arrow quiver, so...
Neither do I.
Yeah, so I'll put it in. I'll put it in the guild stash.
Yeah, I'll throw it in the guild stash. Yeah.
Sweet. So if you're in the guild, if you're watching the stream, we do have a pretty active guild that you actually run, and there is a forum thread. Oh, here's the boss. There's a forum thread if you want to be invited. Highly recommend.
Yeah, if you want to post in the forum thread or post in the Discord your character name, I can shoot an invite towards you, and you can play a game with the party member. Guild members, and there's a guild chat and a guild stash to share gear if you need it.
How do you do guild chat in game? Is that
it's just another chat. If you, I believe you start your message with an ampersand, it'll go to guild chat.
That is super intuitive. I'm shocked I didn't know that already.
Yep.
I didn't realize there was chat in the game, to be honest with you.
I turn off global chat instantly.
Oh yeah, no, that's true of every game.
Oh boy. Okay. All right.
I hope this is second phase, right?
Second phase. Yep.
She's stealing my mana.
Boy, my DPS is not very high. Oh, I've been sitting on really old gear.
Yeah, me too. I've barely been looking at gear this whole time. Yeah. So
my weapons are not good.
I think I still have the first the weapon I started with. So.
Oh, dude, so do I. I have gray weapons right now. What am I doing?
Well, we were trying to stream. We're trying to go. I always, when I'm streaming stuff, I always kind of like want to keep it moving. Nobody wants to see an inventory screen for.
Alright, let me see. Wood splitter.
I must cure this plague before it seconds all of God's creation.
Just keep moving. Whatever. We're doing fine. We're doing fine.
This is
We're
Act 2,
almost-
correct?
Yeah, we're almost to the next town. Yeah.
Let's get there, and I'm probably gonna call it a day. I have to go to
Let's
an
do it.
event tonight, but I I want to do this again, to be honest.
Yeah, I really want to. We should play some more.
We should.
Get our character rolls up.
I want to get my arc totems together, and once the game, honestly, at the beginning, nobody's doing what they really want to do with their character.
Yeah.
Once we get up to like level 30 or so, we should come back and try this again and try to get some more people
Yeah,
in
let's
here.
let's do it. It's worth showing off what a getting close to complete build can do.
Yeah, like
because that stuff is very fun.
Level up my gems.
Get that orb of scouring.
Where is
I
it?
need that.
Beast of London.
So my loot filter played a sound for me when that dropped,
Uh-huh.
and put a light beam on it so that way you wouldn't miss it.
I need to figure that out too. Oh, here's another thing I'm about.
Yeah. It's Chimeria. This is one of them.
Man. Ow. Ow. Holy
Oh, you're
mackerel.
so. Oh my gosh.
Game really
Keep
goes
moving.
dying.
Our gear sucks.
Yeah, no, that's definitely.
Here we go. Sharp Snarl, the Haggard. It's not bad. Alright, Chimeria. Oh, I think this is yours? Maybe Sam's?
I'm not sure. No, it's
You
me.
want to know what we've been
Okay, good.
doing here?
I need to
Don't
look
tell
into
the
more of this
Syndicate I
stuff. I
told
need to
you.
figure out what's going on
Or
here.
do. I don't care.
I don't care.
Like last time, the bargain option was drop a unique item.
Huh.
So,
That's pretty good.
Yeah.
Wow.
yeah, totally. And the chances of that kind of thing popping up is better when they're a higher rank. So whenever you get the execute option to kill them, rank them up, that'll leave them open to more investigation points, more rewards.
Oh shit.
Darling's asking, is the game about stopping caravans? No, this is the new league has some new mechanics in it. We're just happening to see the same encounter over and over. All right, check this out. You see this gap? Wait, I might be able to make it. Oh,
Nope.
nope. I take it back. Damn.
Gotta find the town. It's weird how when you start a new act, you have to go through a level to get to the town. It feels like it probably should just
Yeah.
kind of go ahead and get you to the town right off the bat, but
I think it might just be filler for experience, in case you weren't already where you needed to be.
I am no
Oh my
beast
God,
of
this map.
London.
Way maybe. Ah, here it is. Yeah.
it's always the last place you look.
I mean, yeah. Cool.
Talk to Helena in your hideout.
I am Groost.
I am
that-
Groost.
That one's weird because Helena doesn't actually show up until much later. I don't know. It gives you that quest really early for some reason.
I am Yena.
See if
A
I can
beast
find my arc at this. Oh, she only has one tab. But the thing is, once you get done with an act, you can go back to the previous act, and a lot of the other stuff is available.
I think once you kill the bandits, she'll then get her gem vendor options.
But Nessa in
I
Act
thought you were
1
full, Vicky.
should have most of the stuff that I.
Yeah, maybe go
hopefully-
back and check. Yeah.
That's what I'm looking for now. I got a bunch of weird shit
I
here.
feel like Arc should be there by now.
And it might be in her inventory. I'm just going to purchase
Oh, here we go.
items.
Yeah, she has new rewards, right? Oh, there's
Uh,
Stormbrand. Yeah, Stormbrand, Stormcall,
Nope.
Searing
wait.
Bond.
Nope. No arc. Yeah. Arc. There we go. So I
Start
need
your
to
build.
have arc and totem support. And before we take off here, I'm going to show what this, in case it came in late. So now I have arc. Arc is basically oh shit. Okay. This will work.
It is basically a shit. You're right.
Is that a mace? I can put a spell on a mace, right? I don't need to have a wand to cast a spell. Let's see. We'll figure
It
out.
should tell you its requirements.
We'll figure it out. But basically, what I want to do is this build is to let's warp out here real quick. Arc. So that's great. Arc is a spell. I'm explaining this for the people at home. Arc is basically a spell that you normally cast, and it's like a little lightning bolt thing. But the support I added here is spell totem support. So that means it casts a totem on the ground that'll actually cast the spell for you to enemies nearby. So the whole point of this build is to get a bunch of totems on the ground and have that cast arc and kill stuff without having to worry about it too much. And on the next episode of Path of Exile here on Giant Bomb, hopefully I will have a little bit more of the build put together. I do want to do this again. I'm not sure we'll be able to do it by the end of the year, but thank you so much. What did you say your name was?
Well, hey, my name's Luis. Nice to meet you.
And if you want to join the Giant Bomb Guild, the forums are available at the Path of Exile forum. There's a big, long thread about that, and there's also a Discord, which is all linked into from the forum. So if you want to join, feel free, and hopefully you have a good time. We're having a good time talking about the Discord. I'm really looking forward to playing more of this. I've kind of come and gone over time, but free to play. Zero. The only hard thing at the start is figuring out what you want to do. There is a lot of, it's pretty complicated, but hopefully we'll be able to explain some more. And if you have any questions, ask on the forums. It feels
it's
like
okay to be intimidated by that tree.
It's definitely intimidating.
Yes.
So
I'm still intimidated by it.
yeah, no, it's really complicated. It's significantly. And the next time we do this, we'll talk about path of building and some other add-on kind of stuff that you can do. And I apologize for the stream issues. I'm not really sure what's going on, but hopefully we'll resolve that by next time. But yeah, we should do this again.
Yes, please. Let's do it.
Cool. Well, thanks, Luis.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Yes, thanks for having me.
I'm going to try to kill the stream. I don't know if I can.
Yeah. See if we can do it.
Yeah, I'm definitely going to kill the my OBS, but I have no idea if this chat is going to stop. So thank you so much, and we'll be back with more Path of Exile at some point soon, hopefully.
Alrighty. Thanks, guys.
All right. Thanks.